Hello, welcome to Where We Knit. My name is Kristen and I am the host of this podcast where I talk all about my knitting, yarn, and at the very end I share my favorite things, sometimes knitting related, sometimes not. It is a gloomy Saturday here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I am filming here in my local yarn store called Dandelion Fibers. If you're in the area of the Minneapolis-St. Paul area here in Minnesota, I highly encourage you to check out this amazing spot. I teach classes here, and there is a slew of classes coming up this summer because, drum roll please, I am officially on summer break. I'm a teacher by school year and a knitter and crazy maker by night, weekend, and summer break. And I am on summer break. So we'll talk a little bit about what did I do my first week of summer break here in Minneapolis. But before all of that, I need to talk to you about what I'm wearing. So what am I wearing? I am wearing the Cocoon Cardigan. This is a pattern by a designer for Purl Soho. I don't want to massacre their name, and so I will put it here at the bottom of the screen. This is amazing. I'm so happy I finished it. I will make another one. And the yarn was gifted to me by Purl Soho. I'm gonna pop up a little video here while I'm talking about this because I've talked about it before. This is what it looks like on. And I couldn't love it more. It does feel like there's a cocoon wrapped around you. I was gifted the yarn by Purl Soho. I used Simply Camel, and this yarn has a lot of the same qualities, in my opinion, as cashmere. This is a fingering weight yarn. The pattern for the Cocoon Cardigan is for a DK weight, so I held it double. And the original pattern is using Purl Soho's Simply Wool, I believe. And I want to knit it in wool as well. This cardigan is literally like a hug around your body. Minneapolis is having some really chilly weather right now. And so I have been living in this cardigan, either over my jammies or over, like right now I have a tank top on. I love this. It doesn't come in any other colors. It is the natural color of the camel, I believe. And so this baby camel, you guys, it's so soft. It's so drapey. I'm gonna stand up for just 1 second. Even though I put on a video about it. So I'm wearing it with jeans today, and the back looks like this. So you can see that I seamed it down the back. I'll get a little closer. It's amazing, you guys. It's such a fun pattern. It goes really, really quickly. You're just increasing. And then you seam the back for a 3-needle bind off in the back. Love it. Highly recommend you check it out. It is a paid for pattern on the Purl Soho website, or you can see other projects. It is on Ravelry, and you can see other people's projects on Ravelry. So I highly recommend. I do have about 164 yards per 50 grams. I do have about 3 left over. I'm gonna see if I can eke out kind of a little short croppy mini mock neck tank by Jessie Made. We'll see. I might have to buy one more to finish it, but that's what I'm gonna do with the leftovers. The next finished project is called the Star Scarf, and I was gonna wear it today, but it's so cold that this is a perfect day to wear this Cocoon Cardigan to sort of wrap up in. But this is by Tori. So it's another one of those, we're seeing all of these sweet little scarves. I did the small version of this. I will make this again and again and again. So here's what it looks like. It's just garter. You do a wrap and turn for your short rows on it. I use Knitting for Olive, Cotton Merino, and these 2 colors. And I couldn't love it more. It's really cute. I'll put it on Doesn't really look good, obviously, with this, but it's the perfect size for me to wear with like a cute white tee. So think of this just with a white t-shirt. I love it. And you can play around. You barely need any yarn. You can play around with so many colors. I'm really intrigued to use these two colors by the Wandering Flock. Now this is a sport weight yarn, but yeah, I'm crazy about this pattern, and I will be making these as gifts. So that is called the Star Scarf by Tori, and that's my second finished object. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what did I do on my very first week off. Couple things. I had this spot on my leg, not cancerous, but very annoying and sensitive and deep. And so Monday, started out summer break, got a big chunk taken off my leg, which means I couldn't exercise for the entire week, which means it gave me lots of time to create and knit and get organized for the summer. What else did I do? I made a dress that I have had cut out forever. Now, it's quirky because I've done pockets on this dress. I'll pop a picture of what it looks like unhemmed here, but I'm gonna pop in my local yarn or my local fabric store and also talk to Lara, who is one of the owners of the shop. I'll see her today. She and Tiff are both sewists, and I need them, both of them, to look at this. Now, I love like the top. This looks like super boxy and oversized, but it is because it's called the tie dress by Sewing Therapy. And it has just these tiny little sleeves. It's a drop shoulder dress. These are the two colors that I use. This is linen and then just like a cotton printed fabric. Sorry, it's not focusing. There it is. But the pockets, so here's the dress. You tie it on the side, super cute. Anyway, it's doing something weird. I might have sewn the pockets wrong. So again, I'm not the greatest sewist, but I'm working on getting some things done this summer that I've always wanted to sew using YouTube tutorials. And so we'll see how it turns out. So I did that. I met a friend for breakfast. I met another friend at a new coffee shop. I think so I decided that I'm gonna hit a new coffee shop every week. I think I could do it. I mean, even if it's not super local, I'm gonna hit a new coffee shop every week because I love coffee and it gives me a reason to go and check out and knit maybe somewhere else because where we knit. So I did that. I went to about 7 grad parties because my son just graduated a couple weeks ago. We survived our grad party. It was great. We had amazing weather. We served make your own root beer float and a popcorn bar. So it wasn't like crazy to have to make all this food and not know how many people are coming. Because in the US, like we do, well, at least in Minnesota, we do grad parties to sort of celebrate our graduate. And what else did I do? Today is Mr. Where We Knit's birthday, so I got up early this morning and made a strawberry rhubarb pie. And awesome. It was an awesome week. And so I'm excited. I have 3 months off this summer, and in a couple weeks I'm going with my son to orientation in Bozeman, Montana. So I got a couple projects figured out for that. Anyway, that's what I did first week off. All right, let's talk about, I also want to, in this podcast, want to talk about 3 textured tee patterns that I'm really intrigued with. And I'll pop pictures up here. I don't know if I will knit them, but I truly do I'm intrigued. I really love them. So the first one, I believe is called the Hisu sweater. It is a DK weight, oversized textured tee. I love it. I love the soft look of it. It is by Vera Malamaki, and she has some amazing patterns that I've been intrigued with before. I've never knit anything of hers, but I love this tee. I think it would be really cute. You could wear it, a t-shirt under it in the winter months. or in fall, cooler weather. But that is one of the textured tees that I am intrigued by. Another one is called the Mangrove Tee. I'll pop a picture of it here. This one is by Trust the Mojo. These three patterns I just want to mention too will all be, everything I mentioned will be in my show notes. The links for these tees and patterns will also be in my show notes. This is by, I think I just said, Trust the Mojo. It is also a DK weight pattern. I love the delicate texture here. I love the little scallop on the sleeves and the hem. I'm very intrigued by this. A DK weight, this would be a pretty quick knit. I don't know. I'm knitting something, the Iris Tank, which I'll show you in a second, is one of my whips. And I am kind of going through it pretty quick, even though it is a textured tank. The charts are really easy to follow. I don't know. That's why I started going down this path of textured tees, because I want some more t-shirts. But I'm kind of into the textured look now that I've been working on this Iris Tank. The last pattern that I want to talk to you about is called the Claire Tee, and that is by Mihu Kallio. I'm going to put it here at the bottom because I'm sorry if I massacred your name. This is a sport weight pattern. This reminds me also of the Iris Tank for sure, because it is a very similar texture pattern. And I don't know, I have a ton of sport weight yarn. I'm intrigued. So those three patterns I wanted to leave with you today, just in case you might want to knit them. And I also want to move on to what's new here in the store. We have, I say we, I work here. I don't own this shop. But the store has gotten some amazing new colors in 2 new yarns. Well, not new, they've had them. This I have talked about at length because I used it for my Jose hood, I don't know how you say it, but Circus Tonic Handmade. Remember I talked about this several weeks ago. This is a merino possum yarn that comes from New Zealand, I believe. It's a New Zealand possum. I'm not sure where Circus Tonic, it's from Australia, I believe. And this is a new color called Natalie's Magenta. This yarn is, again, it feels to me, it's so soft, it feels very cashmere-like. Another color that I'm really loving is this Moss Agate. And the last one that I really like is called Picante. So these are new colors here in the store of Circus Tonic. It is a sport weight yarn, 80% non-superwash wool, 20% New Zealand possum. You get, for 100 grams, you get 437 yards. I don't know, these colors are screaming to me, and I knit with this yarn before and I love it. So that's something that's new. There's also been a restock of this Wandering Flock, which is, the base is sport, and it is organic cotton, mulberry silk, linen, and baby alpaca. So that just sort of opens the door. I love these two together. I think they would be amazing in that star scarf. I just think it's so cute. But this Wandering Flock is really a beautiful yarn. It'll be wonderful for summer weight yarn. And so that just leads me to talk about what I have as a whip. So I just mentioned a couple times to you about this Iris. This is so sweet. I just have this marked so I know what's the back. And it's a little tank with these. This is double knitting. It's not that long, so if you hate double knitting, it's okay. But it's this cute little textured tank, and I'm really close to being done with it. When I film next time, I will have it done because I have the back triangles done as well. But it's just a really cute, it calls for fingering weight. but I just love the texture and the pattern. I think it's really sweet. Easy to read. The bottom is just has kind of like a little scalloped edge. But that is one of my whips that I've been working on, and I will be done, and I am knitting it in this Wandering Flock base that I really couldn't love more. It's not really, there's focus. I got a new phone. That's the other thing I did this week, is I went and got a new phone, which I'm playing around with all these new bells and whistles on these phones, and that's how I film these podcasts. So I got a new iPhone, which is like the new updated version. I had the older one, and so now I'm just kind of learning how to use it. So bear with me as I edit and try and figure out the focus on this new phone. All right, the next, let's talk about the next whip that I have, which is, this has just been ongoing. And I keep a project in this cute little bag that I got as part of the birthday club for Darn Knit Anyway, which you can kind of see on here is from Stillwater, Minnesota. If you come to Minnesota, it's a great little town on the water, and it's worth going to this yarn shop. I love it so much. This is such a cute little, you get this free on your birthday plus a discount. And I am working on the Musselburgh hat, or Musselburgh, I don't know how you say it, by Isolde Teague. This is a Gauge Dye Works colorway, which just goes on and on and on, and is self-striping, and this is what I have left. And although I probably don't need another hat, this is just gonna be one that's gonna be in the bins. I'm knitting this Musselburgh hat to have a pretty thick brim. And this I keep in the car. This I keep in my purse. And so whenever I'm waiting for anything, doctor, dentist, Department of Motor Vehicles, wherever I have to go, I have this on the go. So I'm hoping to finish it sometime this summer. So that's another whip that I have going. And I think I talked to you about starting the Nordic Bloom Vest by Caitlin Hunter, and I swatched it. And I didn't do a lazy swatch. I did a pretty good swatch. I swatched in the round. So all of these little pieces in the back. Now, whenever I have to swatch in the round, I never cut it up the back, because I always figure if I need this yarn because I'm playing yarn chicken, I don't. And then what do you do with this? I know a lot of people keep these and put them up on cork boards and whatever, but I don't. I didn't meet Gauge, but I still think it's going to work out simply because of the fact that it's an oversize by like 4 to 6 inches. Mine won't be on the 6-inch side. It'll be probably more on the 4-inch side of Positive Ease. But I started it, and I'll show it to you. It's not like an extravagant amount, but this is how far I have gotten on it. I don't love color work just because I'm not really great at it, but this is a good pattern for me to really focus in and try to get a little bit better. So that's why I'm excited about it. So that's another whip. I am using some Hudson and West worsted weight yarn. I believe that is called Forge, in the colorway Lake, and Knitting for Olive Heavy Merino in the colorway, I can see it by where I'm sitting. I don't know. I'll tell you when I finish it. But the Heavy Merino by Knitting for Olive is stocked here at Dandelion Fiber. Oh, I love it. I haven't knit with it before. The Heavy Merino, I've used all the other bases, including the cashmere, but I have not used their Heavy Merino, so I'm really happy to be trying that out. All right, what are my other whips? So the Iris Ink. Oh, the other one is I'm using up some stash yarn that I had from Rowan yarn, which is called Moordale, which is alpaca and wool. These are the two colorways I'm using. And I am making the Olga jacket by PetiteKnit. So I have finished, I think I've talked about before that I don't like to leave both sleeves to the very end. And so I have finished the upper part where you do the back and you cast on here for the front panels because it's a cardigan. And then I started and almost finished one of the sleeves. It's a drop shoulder, oversized cardigan. I'm so happy to be using this yarn. I've had it in my stash forever. This yarn by Rowan, I tried it with a different pattern, I think I tried this with the Aran sweater by Irene Lynn, and it didn't work out. It didn't, the texture did not pop, so I pulled it out, soaked the yarn, and then re-skeined it. So I am happy to be working on this. This is just now that I almost have a sleeve done. I'll do a little bit more of the body, then I'll do the other sleeve, and then I'll finish the rest of the body and then the ribbing around the outside. So that's another one of my whips. I don't get bothered by, well, bothered is not really the word, but I don't get turned off by knitting heavier garments in the summer. It doesn't bother me at all. Because I have so much knitting time, I can do something that's more of a cotton sort of tank top, but then have two heavier garments going at the same time. In my upcoming trip to Bozeman, Montana, I'm gonna start a pair of socks for Mr. Where We Knit. And then, you know, I'm just like thinking about all of my yarn in my stash and just like, what do I wanna knit next? But I don't promise myself anything because I kind of just go on a whim and cast on whatever's at the front of my brain. Okay, so those are the couple I wanted to talk about. The new yarn in the store. Acquisitions. The only acquisition I have is from Rowan Yarn. They have gifted me a subscription to this. It's such a cool concept and idea, especially if you want to try out new indie dyers. Excuse me. It's all fingering weight. You get it at the beginning of the month. This one was from Fangirl Fibers. So you get these little minis. You get 10 of them. I can't get them all here. The featured indie dyer this month for June was Fangirl Fibers, which is an 80/20 super wash merino nylon. They're fingering weight yarns. You get 10 of them. You get a little, it looks like this, a little bag of them. I'll put a little video up if I have it still about me opening it. It's such a fun subscription. You get a lot of these minis. You get to try out different indie dyers. But also if you're a blanket knitter or you want to knit something like, I want to talk about this. If you want to knit something like this with scrap yarn, I'm making this. So that's what I've finally decided. What am I going to do with all these beautiful minis that Rowan Yarn has gifted me in this subscription? Also check out please check out the link below. You will get a discount if you sign up for the subscription. And it's kind of fun because you can use them for socks, but you can also use them for bigger projects like this scrap yarn book. I can't remember the name of this actual, I'll put it in the show notes, this scarf. But I found these two, found. That's a problem that I don't know what I have because there's so much in my stash. But Yarn Jam, I bought this a while ago. This is their sock yarn. I don't know if this base is still available. It's called the Classic Sock. It's 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. I'm gonna use this as the main color for this specific scarf. And then that's what I'm gonna do with all of my minis for this scarf, is to stripe all of the minis that I'm getting from Row 1 Yarn subscription. I can't wait. I don't know when I'm gonna cast it on. I don't know when I'm gonna finish it, but it would be one of those ongoing projects similar to a blanket where you can just knit it whenever you have time. And you need a little color or something fun. I don't know, it might take me 2 years to knit this scarf, but I'm still gonna do it, and that's what I'm gonna use all of these minis for. So thank you, Row 1 Yarn, for this ongoing subscription this year. I'm super excited to learn about new indie dyers around not the Twin Cities, but around the US, and use these minis for the scarf. Let's talk about this book that came out. This book, it's a book by, it's the same woman who does the mangrove tea. Here's her name. Lina Publishing published this book just maybe in May, and it's just coming out now. I'm not sure. May or June it's just come out. This book is beautiful. It's all textured knits. It's carried here at Dandelion Fiber, and it's getting a lot of hype, and I can see why. I love the vest that's on the front, especially, called Consistency. I mean, this vest, people, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And there's about 3 other patterns in here that I really love. But if you are looking for some texture, it says cables, lace, and knitted textures. Entwined cables, lace, and knitted textures invites you to explore enchanting stitch pattern. This collection of 20 knitwear designs includes a range of garments and accessories, from elegant sweaters and cozy cardigans to beautiful hats and shawls. So I'm really intrigued by this book. Check it out if you are interested. I will leave the link here in the show notes. All right, so I think that's everything. The only thing, one other thing. Fin wool. That's another new thing here at the store. Fin wool by Momonoki Knits or Yarns has come. I don't know if they've come out with new colors, but the store Dandelion Fiber is carrying some of their new colors. I have yet to knit with this yarn. It is on the top 3 of my list of yarns to purchase here new in 2025. I'm kind of got myself a little bit on a yarn ban because I really want to knit some of the yarns that I already have. But this is Momonoki Yarn Fin Wool. It is 100% wool from Finland, hand dyed in Germany. This is beautiful yarn. It's like rustic but soft and squishy. I can't tell you. So some of these are the new colors that they're carrying here at Dandelion Fiber. This color, I don't have a lot of this color in my wardrobe. It reads a little bit of green, but it's got a blue sort of gray tint to it. The colorway is Schwarzwald. 100% wool. 100 grams gives you 360 meters. It is beautiful. So I mentioned to you the word Finland because this is Finnish wool. Okay, I have some exciting news. I am going this summer. I pulled the trigger. I'm going to Denmark. I'm going to Copenhagen for 8 days. I leave Minneapolis on July 22nd. I've been to Norway and Sweden and several other places in Europe, but I've never been to Copenhagen. and my friend Lisa, who is also, she's a professor, a math professor at a local college. She and I were friends in college. Lisa was like, let's go. I'm like, okay. We got pretty inexpensive direct flights. I need from you ideas. What neighborhoods to stay in, must-sees in Copenhagen. Tell me everything. Tell me everything I need to know about Copenhagen. I'm on all of these like Instagram sites and we haven't booked our Airbnb. Tell me where to stay. Where should Lisa and I stay? Should we stay in 2 different places for 8 days? Should we just stay in one spot? Is there a day trip we should go on? Tell me everything you can. If you've ever gone there, favorite restaurants, where to stay, what to do, must-sees, must purchase. Like, tell me everything. I want to know. We want to know. Lisa and I want to know. So that's a super exciting development of the summer. I'm like, life's too short. I've always wanted to go there. I can do it financially. I'm doing it. I feel like there's so many things that have happened this year where I'm like, make it happen. If you can do it, make it happen. Life's too short. So super exciting for me. And I can't wait for that trip. And I'm really grateful that I'm able to pull the trigger on it. So favorite things. Let's talk about that. Favorite things are linen pajamas. I have 3 pair of linen pajamas that are no longer available, I believe, through Banana Republic. I wear them every night. Like one short pair and the other ones are long pants and short sleeve. I love linen pajamas, even in the winter, because I'm running so hot because I'm in my mid-50s. If you know, you know. Linen pajamas is one of my favorite things. My other favorite thing that it just came up this week when I bought this new phone, the free classes from Apple, the Apple Store. The Apple Store has free classes. You can get like your phone somewhere else as long as it's an Apple phone, and you can come and take free classes on the nights, weekends, during the day. They offer them all the time. I did one on video on the phone, and I just did another one yesterday on Apple Intelligence. Apple Intelligence is kind of like an AI, but it's Apple Intelligence. It's all about the features that are on Apple products. I'm not getting a kickback for Apple. I'm just telling you, I got the new Apple iPhone, and I am taking advantage of all of these new, it's called Today at Apple. If you look at apple.com, you'll see you can put in your zip code and learn about all of the free classes that they offer. And they're super helpful, and they answer questions. I've gone to classes during the day, both on Monday and on just yesterday, Friday. And these Apple techie gurus answer all of my questions, and it's so helpful. So that's my new favorite thing, is to take these free classes and become educated on these kind of expensive little computers we keep in our pockets or our purse. And there's so many things that they can do that many of us don't even know. And so why not see the experts for free? So that was one of my other favorite things. And my other favorite thing, I got it for Mother's Day, is this convertible hand. I'm not getting a kickback on this, people. A convertible kickback, hand woven little shoulder purse. This is the small size. I'll put the link. I love how it just fits like right underneath my armpit, and I can kind of clutch it in. It does come with a longer strap. I love it. It's leather. It's the perfect size. It's by Quince. Because I'm mentioning this, and if you say the word Quince, it's going to be all over on your phone because they're listening to us. But I love this Quince brand. I just wore, I also got a new dress for my son's graduation, and I love it. It's the one you see all over Instagram. It's like a maxi dress. I got it in literally this exact same color, this lavender lilac color, and I love it. There's like probably 6 other moms wearing the same dress, but it didn't matter because I love it. So those are my 3 favorite things. My last favorite thing is, I know this is more than 3, but this is more of a feeling one. And it is just how grateful and the gratitude I have to be able to watch my son graduate from high school. It was, I love these kids, like his core group of kids in his friend group, but it's just such a promising, I have such a promising feeling of these kids going out and doing great things in our world. Fingers crossed they do. A new generation growing up, going to college, becoming educated. It just makes my heart swell to feel like we need to raise these kids to be kind and caring and just educated about the need for us to learn about caring for one another. I don't know. It just feels promising in a world that doesn't always feel so promising here in the US. And so I'm really grateful for this new generation to grow up and do good things. So with that said, thank you for watching my podcast. If you found that you liked the content, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. I have been doing this beginning in July for 1 full year. I love it. I love connecting with other people across the world, basically, for watching. And I'm just really grateful for all of the comments and feedback that I get. I've learned so much from you. So with that said, leave me a comment, not only about Copenhagen and going to Denmark, if you know anything about it. Tell me what you're working on. I have time to read these comments. I try to reply to every single one of them. I know someone's going to ask me where I got this necklace. I got it in Prague. I don't know how you could ever find it. I got it probably 20 years ago when my husband and I were in Prague. I bought it from just a local artist on the Charles Bridge, and I love it. These are like enamel pieces. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to continue podcasting more or filming more this summer. Bye.